parents and collectors. Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. On this episode, we're going to be evaluating this big boy. It's another Monkie Kid set. And before I get into it, I just want to say to any new viewers out there that I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but other products as well. I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works such as movies, video games, and animation. Because these are in-depth reviews, they can be on the long side, so make sure you use the timestamps down here on the bottom, on the red line, or in the description. And you can jump around and see the parts you want to see the most, or use it for bookmarks to come back at a later date when you have more time. So, back to this big boy. Look at that impressive looking box. And it is impressive. There's bigger boxes, but this thing's also really thick and really heavy. Though it's not super large. Here is the back. Nice, even bigger picture of Mr. Bull King. Now, I was surprised. I was looking at that. I expected some of the Bull minifigures in here, but they aren't. So, not that's a bad thing. It's just a bit odd. Anyways, getting down to the details of this. It's set number 80010. It's for ages 9 and up, and has 1,051 pieces. And it originally retailed for $89.99, which is odd. I thought it was cheaper than that, but yeah, it was $89.99 on the Lego website. And fortunately, it's been discontinued, so you won't find it there. At least you'd not be able to purchase it there. There is a link in the description if you want to see it there, but it's no longer available. Discontinued just the end of last year, December 2022. But it was originally released in May of 2020, so you've had 2 years to get your hands on it. I'm sorry the review is so late, but yeah, I'm really excited for this. He looks awesome. I also play a Tauren in World of Warcraft, so putting a giant mecha Tauren together is kind of fun. Although I don't know if this is supposed to classify as mecha or he's just a, I don't know, giant bull. I haven't actually watched Monkie Kid, so I'm not sure. But anyways, let's go open this big boy up and see what's inside. Here we have the contents of the box, and we got a good thick magazine-sized instruction booklet, a bunch of stickers, although I'm not sure where those stickers go on here. And we also have this, I think it's a vinyl piece in there. It's inside the bag, so I'm not quite sure. But we have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, bag 5, bag 6. But wait, there's more. We have bag 7, bag 8, bag 9, and then an extra no-numbered bag here with the mast and some other hose pieces. We have the contents of the no-numbered bag here, and then the rest is bag 1. We have our brick separator, of course. A lot of dark code pieces. Dark red, black, gray. And there's some brighter red pieces like these dozen side pieces. Oh yeah, we got these pieces in gold. Kind of interesting. And we have the princess, queen, whatever she is in this set. Some small whoozy whatsits, including a gold ring over here. I think that's MacGuffin if I'm right. And we also have some printed pieces, and which becomes the bull's eyes, plural. Pardon me, I can't really talk today, apparently. Yep, that is bag 1. There's not a lot here, but definitely started something good. Here we have the contents of bag 2, and we've got a bunch of hinge pieces. We got some of these gear pieces, I don't know, but this set did come out, I think, before they came out with their newer creature creation system, or the ones with the new joints and stuff to help support them. So it's got something different in this one. We got quite a few studs on side pieces in this one. Not too surprising. Some of these wheel axle pieces. Not sure how they're going to fit into all this. Interesting though. Some teal pieces. We got a lot of pins and stuff in here. Of course, we do have some Technic beams. It's not too surprising. Plus other Technic parts. Bunch of black ingot pieces. And that's about it. So that is bag 2. Here we have the contents of bag 3. We got some interesting pieces. This is a transparent orange. Just regular orange, because up here we have transparent neon orange. Bit different. I also have these black canopies. A whole bunch of these tail pieces. Elbow pieces. And we also have a light brick. Yes, this set's got a light brick in it. Failed to mention that earlier. They also have this really weird Technic bracket. Not that weird, I suppose, but I've not seen this one before. Nothing too amazing, but just haven't seen it before. Got quite a few magenta pieces in here. Bunch of black ingots in this one too. Some gears. Got some transparent orange flame feather pieces, whatever you want to call them. Some regular orange. Definitely got some fire going on here. And there we have bag 4, and got a bunch more interesting hinge pieces here, and more Technic bricks and pins as well. We'll get to them in a moment. But I gotta say, I love Monkie Kid. It gives us such different color schemes than we're used to in some of the other regular Lego sets. I mean, magenta, purple, black, orange, gray. That's cool. It's very dark yet colorful at the same time. And there's all those pins I was talking about. The short black ones, the longer blue ones. Yeah. A lot of different stuff in here as well. Here we have bag 5, and we're over halfway there. Got some hinge parts, these large bracket pieces. I think these were first used for like train engines, because I remember trying to get one for a mech I was trying to build. This one's got 2. It's kind of funny. Pieces a little bit more common nowadays than it used to be, because you could literally only get it in train sets for the most part. Got a lot of studs on side pieces. A lot of these bracket pieces too, or corner pieces, rounded corner pieces. We got our last character. No, I haven't had Monkie Kid yet. We got the pig guy in here, and he's got sausages. And we got some black ingots. There's not a few way smaller pieces in this one. It's mostly these medium to large pieces in this bag. But yeah, we're halfway. Here we have bag 6, and we've got these weird, you have to figure, cutout pieces. There we go. We'll call them 4x4 cutouts. 4x4 cutouts. Bunch of these pieces. Got some hinges, some long plates. Some weird colors in here for the most part. Although there's no purple and definitely odd colored pieces in here. We got a ton of these pieces. Had some of them already. There's more in here, and then of course more black ingots as well. Yeah, it's odd there's no purple or the other color there. Strange. Here we have bag 7. Got a bunch more hinges, 2 large fluorescent orange canopies, cockpit pieces. Got a bunch of these weapon pieces, although I don't think they're going to be used for weapons, at least not for minifigures. Got these nose cone pieces with the cutouts. There we got some purple and magenta. Got a bunch of these with the plates with the studs, or not studs, pins on the bottom. Definitely doing something interesting here. Got some two trans orange 1x2s. Quite a bit here. It's definitely a large bag. Here we have bag number 8. Not as much stuff in this one as the previous one. This is very interesting. It's a dual molded transparent orange and black flame piece. I think that's really cool. Got another one of these, some rocket engines or something. I don't know if that's what they're going to be. Got some Bionicle pieces or Hero Factory, depending on, you know, your time period. Transparent orange, neon orange, round bricks. A lantern piece. We got Monkey Kid finally. His series, we finally got him. A lot of studs on side pieces here. We've got caution prints, 1x2 tiles. A lot of robot arms. Some more studs on side pieces there. Transparent neon orange 1x1 round and a radar disc. So that is bag 8. We've got one more to go. Time for our last and final bag, and we have a lot of round things in here, different shapes and sizes. Some more Bionicle joint pieces. We got a 1x or studs on side pieces. 1x, I'm not even gonna guess what size they are. But there they are. You can see them for yourself. Got rocket pieces. We got other fuselage pieces. We got these in transparent orange, which I didn't even notice these on the box. I don't know what they go to. We got these in transparent fluorescent orange too. But these, I know they're used for building the axe, but those I don't know. They're huge. But yeah, mostly small pieces other than those like rocket pieces, which I think are for the shoulders for a missile launcher or something. He's got going on there. We got some transparent orange, fluorescent orange discs, and some whole bunch of studs, and a few more flames. A lot of little pieces here going on. But yeah, this is it. Here we have our extra parts from the set, and of course we have our brick separator. We got well, some useful parts here. We got pins and stuff like usual, but we've got a lightsaber hilt, one of these gold dagger pieces. We got transparent orange flame piece, which is always nice. And if you're still hungry, we have an extra hot dog piece, so you can have your barbecue there. On top of all this, we also have all these. Now these are not all doubles. Some of these are the ammo that are supposed to go in the top part of the mech, the bowl. It showed putting 3 in each one, so that's 6. So maybe all that is extra. But yeah, there's a lot here to be used with that. Not exactly thrilled with how it works, but we'll see that in a moment. Alright, we've got our cast of characters here, and there really isn't that much for such a large set. But there were a lot of pieces in this set, so I'll give them that. We have the Monkey Kid, of course, and then we have Pigsy, which I think this is the first time I've gotten Pigsy. And with that, this is the first time I think I've gotten the short posable legs. I don't think I've gotten them before. I could be wrong about that one. But I'm pretty sure it's the first time I've gotten Pigsy, too. And then you have Princess Iron Fan, which, I don't know, she's supposed to be the leader of the bulls. She does have kind of a bull horn motif going on here. But I do like her staff with this foil vinyl piece. Gold. See the back here. It's gold instead of silver. Usually they're silver. It's kind of nice. I like Pigsy's meat grinder weapon, I guess. I don't know. And then Monkey Kid's just got his staff. But let's remove their accessories and check out their prints. Alright, we've got their accessories removed except for the Princess Iron Fan's hairpiece. Because I wanted to talk about that more. I should have done it earlier, but I kind of like the design, but I wish they did a little bit more with the color of the printing. I mean, the gold here on the front looks nice, but there needs to be some more color separation or something here. These are supposed to be, I think, black horns, but they blend right in with her black hair. And I'm not sure. I mean, I guess they want black horns for her. But even her hair that's back here in this little bun, it looks like there's something tied around there. It could just use paint or, you know, print or something to go on there. This could have been dual molded, I suppose, but they wanted this black and her hair black at the same time, which kind of... Is she wearing a helmet though, or is that her actual... It looks like her hair. No, I guess not. Yeah, this hairpiece could definitely use some more. This is... Or is it supposed to be a loop of hair? I'm not even sure. And that's the thing. It's all one black solid color except for that gold kind of crown piece there. And it could just use some more color or something to figure out what's going on. Other than that, I think she's a really nice looking figure. I mean, the outfit there is really nice. Her dress. Pigsy looks really nice there. Even got printing on his short little legs. There might be some opacity issue with the white on his top there. Looks a little bit off. And Monkey Kid's always is off. That's about par for the course. I need to look at the newer set. I think one of the newest set is, I think, the Heavenly Realms. There's a Monkey Kid in there. I should check that out and see if they've improved any on these. Oops. And yeah, got some nice facial print there. She even has that crown piece on her head there, or whatever jewelry that's supposed to be. And looking on the back here, to continue that nice printing there. Ooh, she's very angry to the point that her eyes are red. That was never a good sign. Now, Paisley doesn't have a second face for obvious reasons. I like the symbol of the pig on his back, though. That's his restaurant's mascot symbol, I guess. I like all his pockets. He's definitely ready for cooking. Monkey Kid, yeah, it's got the usual back and the usual problem, the opacity there with the teeth. I mean, it's white, but it's not as white as it could be, especially compared to his gritting face up here in his second face. So, I don't know. Hopefully the newer Monkey Kid sets are a little bit better in that aspect. I mean, you can reason away like, oh, he's not wearing white. It's off-white. We've got everything assembled here, and he is definitely a big boy. Very big. Very gone over the characters. I do want to just make a note that the princess can sit here on his head. Like so. So let's look this guy over. We'll pretty much look at his articulation and then, you know, look at him from all different sides. So let's pull the characters off to the side, off to the side. Get this guy centered. Roar. Alright, this guy is a pretty beefy mech and quite an original design, I must say. They're putting quite a few mechs together, and now it is before they've used the that had the newer creature creation system like we've seen on some of the more recent dragons and other mechs and stuff. But it is definitely interesting how they managed to pull it off with the older system. And this guy is a heavy mech. There may be mechs that are taller, but you see how wide he is, and he's pretty hefty. Now, it is a little bit hollow here in the middle, as there's some canopy pieces that make it lighter, but you look from the back, you can see it's pretty dense. It's a solid piece. Transparencies are more here in the front. There's no cockpit to this. That's why I'm not even sure we can call it a mech, except for the princess sitting on top. But is that really piloting it, or just sitting on its head while it does its thing? But yeah, let's start with this head. I don't particularly like the fact it just has some clip joints, and you can see the way the head will slowly drop, especially if it gets down to about here. It'll completely drop there, and that's it. That's all the articulation for the head. It goes up and down. I would have really liked if it could have rotated a little bit, just so he could cock his head to one side or the other. Would give it a little bit more character. Now his jaws open and close. It's got some nice bright orange, neon orange piece in there to internal flames. He's got nasty looking teeth. I love how his mouth is all jagged and everything. Now there are some fiddly things on here, like these ribs or whatever you want to call them. These can pop off, like, well, I didn't mean to demonstrate exact that time, but just like that. They are a bit fiddly, but you're not going to be holding it here by that much, because you want to hold it more down here by the waist than up top. They do look cool, but they can fall off. Other than that, there's really nothing that is too fiddly that would fall off. No, not really. Now, while we're staring at this chest piece here, there's a button in the back, and it lights up. I think that's pretty cool. You got two different transparent pieces in there to give you the different colored orange. The one inside is a plain orange, and then you have the neon orange on the outside. Quite sure why they did a double thing like that, but they did. Now let's just flip her over. There is the button, that little gray spot there. Lights it up. You can kind of see it lighting up there from the back. It's got some interesting little flames on his neck here. And we have these big weapons on his shoulders, and these are on ball joints, so you can pose them any way you want. And I think they're supposed to be like full of magma, because the point of these is to fire a bunch of these fluorescent orange studs, and you simply fill it up with some. They suggest 3. I think you get more than that in there. And then I'm not too keen on this. You're supposed to thrust them forward and they will fall out. They don't really fire out. They just kind of dribble out. That's why I don't really like it too much. I do think the concept of lava spewing canisters is kind of cool. The function doesn't work the best. Now, up here where its arms are, we got multiple points of articulation. He's got shoulder rotation, and it also has click hinges here to go in and out. Now, what's interesting about this shoulder rotation, said this is a big boy, and they did some stuff to make a nice stiff joint. It's actually got 2 gears, and the one gear, it gives resistance to the other gear. So although I was amazed, because I'm like, well, usually all they do is use click hinges for stiff stuff, but they managed to use these gears to give you a stiff rotation, but it's a nice smooth rotation, something you don't get with click hinges. So I find that really interesting. Now, down here at the elbow, they use double barnacle joints, basically. So you get a nice smooth movement there. It's just ball joints. This thing spins. And that's pretty much it for this arm. They are basically the same. The only difference in this arm, he's actually got a hand. Yep, see, there they go, fiddly things falling off. Once again, shoulder, elbow is the same, but this time around, we've got a posable hand. Now, it's not super posable, but it's got 3 fingers. There we go, get it up in the view. No click hinges, just a regular clip hinge here and clip hinge here. Kind of like the design of this, although I think maybe these digits are the joint, not the joint. The part in between the joints is a little bit on the large side, and then his weapon is just clicked in with 2. Well, technically 1 pin up here, and this one's a rod, so this just keeps it from rotating while the thing is here. And I like the use of, this is a mast that's used here for the handle, and didn't even realize it looking at the picture. If I looked at it close enough, I would have. I mean, as soon as I opened up the box and saw a giant mast, I knew what they used it for, but didn't realize it when the thing is. But his arm is really stiff, so you can, this weapon, even though it's rather large, can be lifted up in the air, and his arm is not going to drop. It does change the center of gravity a little bit, so you gotta watch it with the legs, but that's about it. Now, speaking of legs, we got 3 click hinge joints for side to side motion, but there really isn't much room for motion due to certain things in here. If you pulled this off, you would maybe get another click out of it. And this barnacle joint, whatever you want to call it, is only used here for the tubing on the back, so you don't really need that. But if you pulled that out, you could get more of a well, it's kind of hard to pull it out since that's actually built into the main thing, main body. But yeah, you could get more motion if that wasn't there, but you don't really need it too much. You can get a good wide stance by having it 1 clicked in each direction. Besides those 3 click hinges, you also have another large click hinge, the heavy duty ones, for some kicking rotation. So you got 1 hinge here. The knees do not bend. The ankle does not bend there, but it does have a side to side bend. There is a click hinge in there, but it's only used to get this particular angle here on the foot, on the leg. It fortunately cannot be used to actually move anything because everything is in the way back here. Things touch and bump up against each other. But that side to side hinge is definitely helpful, so you can have them do a nice wide stance, which actually I think makes them a little bit sturdier that way too. So that's it for posability. Any other particular functions I want to show? Oh, maybe look at the back a little closer. Back's a little on the light side. I mean, you could build something back here for sure. If you'd want to give him a tail or something, but you do have some empty space kind of back here. It's not ugly, but there's definitely nothing going on back here either. Everything's all up front. So yeah, this is definitely a unique mech design. And well, we head back to the desk, and I'll give it my final thoughts and final evaluation. I'm here next to Taurus Bulba here. But yeah, let's, my final thoughts on this thing, huh? I think it's quite amazing. It's not perfect, but it is quite amazing. I love it a lot. It's a lot different than the other mechs we've seen from Ninjago, or even, well, I can't say Monkey Kid yet because I haven't put together the other mech from Monkey Kid, or I don't have the newer one, but either way, it's a lot different than mechs we've seen before from Lego, and it is a heavy mech. It reminds me of the was it the Thor or something from BattleTech? No, not Thor. The Frostwolf? Well, there's Frostwolf Clan. I don't know, Timberwolf. I think it was a Timberwolf or something. But yeah, it's really heavy. It's got really heavy legs, and it's pretty awesome. This is what you would call a heavy mech. Not designed for speed, but designed for power and to take some hits as well. It's pretty cool, and it's got an awesome light up function. But even without the light up function, it's pretty cool. And I don't know how long those batteries would last, so even if it died, you'd still have something really great here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the final evaluation. I'll break things down a little bit for you. As far as appearance goes, this thing looks amazing. Now, I love the different color scheme. That's one thing I like about Monkey Kids. It gives us different color schemes we don't get to see from Ninjago. I mean, Ninjago, you usually have to have mechs and vehicles based off from the ninjas' colors, and then we don't get villain stuff as much as we used to. So yeah, it's nice to see some different color schemes. I mean, this is purple, magenta, black, gray, bit of red, and then transparent orange as well. A lot of colors in this. A lot of colors, yet it's very dark, but it all looks really sweet in the end. Yeah, as far as appearance goes, this thing got a 10 easy. The characters are pretty good looking. I mean, these other two are not something we've seen already before, but she looks good. I do have little problems with the headpiece. I don't know if they could do something, or it costs too much, or I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. But overall, this thing looks amazing. And I didn't put any stickers on this either. It's got prints for the eyes, thankfully. But yeah, there's some, I don't remember how many, but there's a handful of stickers, and it looks good without them. So yeah, as far as appearance goes, got a 10. Easy. Really nice looking. Now, function, this mech really, I mean, it's large, so you can't expect too much with posability, but what we got out of the legs, I think, is still pretty good. We don't have much in the way of ankle, although we do have side to side, which is kind of important, especially if you want the stance it's doing right now is because of the ankle. Then you have rotation at the hips, that's just about it. There is some side to side with the hips, which, like I said, gives you this stance. And so even though there's not a lot of posability, I think there's enough with the legs. And this is the important. You want good articulation in the arms, so you can manipulate the toy to do what you want. And we've got that here. The posability is not perfect on here. I would like some more motion in the head. That's probably my biggest complaint with function is needs to be rotation here, and I also just don't like these cannons on the top that aren't really cannons, that just kind of dribble the stuff out. That's where it lacks, and I did end up taking a point off, primarily for the cannons. I mean, the head isn't really a big deal. The head doesn't need to do anything, but making it move gives it more character. The weapons, on the other hand, are supposed to work, and they work, but they just don't work that well. So this is where I took a point off, and function got a 9. Now, as far as fun, this is an interesting set. We got a good balance of characters, sort of. It would have been slightly better if these guys had some kind of a side build, but you could tell that a good portion of the parts went to building this guy. But we got one good guy, or one bad guy, two good guys, plus I guess this guy is considered a bad guy as well. So therefore you got a nice little balance there. You have enough to play. But the kids are going to have fun with this regardless, just because it's like a giant action figure. Giant cool action figure with, you know, giant weapons and things like that. Also, the build was really enjoyable for this. It came together rather interesting. There's also, it's nice to have a little bit of non-symmetry in the body with the arms, so you're not getting quite bored building the same arm. And I gave fun a 10. Easy, hands down. This is a fun set. Kids are going to have fun playing with it. Older builders are going to have fun assembling it. Whatnot. It's a lot of fun. Now that brings us to techniques, and I've already talked a little bit about some of this, like the shoulder. I was so surprised how the shoulder works. It's nice and smooth. It's stiff. It's very stiff, which is good. But yeah, the technique into building the shoulders was really neat, and a lot of the other things, just building up the shapes and some of the other joints and things, really nice. And technique easily got a 10 with this. So that gives our average score. When you add all that up, you get a 39 divided by 4. You get a 9.75, which we then round up to a 10. And yes, it's got a 10. It's a really good set. May not be your cup of tea if you just don't like mechs, but it's still a really nice set. That brings us to our price score for $89.99, and you divide that by 1,051 pieces, you get 8 cents per piece, which is 2 cents below our standard. And it kind of makes sense for this when I put it together. There are some larger pieces here, for sure. I mean, you got 3 of these different canopy pieces. You got these transparent pieces that are large. And there's a large pieces, but there's a lot of small pieces too that make up for that. So 8 cents per piece is a good price. I gave it a G for good because it's a good price and the set is well designed and a lot of fun. So I gave it a G for good. That brings our final eval score to a 10G, and I think it's well worth it. $89 for this. This is a pretty big mech. Pretty hefty. He's not a lightweight. Yeah, definitely worth it. Even if there isn't side builds for the good guys. I'm kind of blown away by this thing. Such a different design than we've seen. I mean, some of the older Titan mechs don't use the newer system as well, and they're built lighter. They're not built quite like heavy like this guy is. And I was very impressed. So, let me know what you guys think about this. Are you impressed as I am? And let me know down in the comments section. And please, you know, tell me your thoughts. I don't say that just because of the algorithm. I do want to talk about Legos and designs and stuff. This thing was great. And, yeah, let me know what you think. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, or if you just haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you can get YouTube will let you know sometime when I get my video out. But if you want to know sooner, please go down to the description, and there's links to Twitter and Facebook. As soon as I release the video, I get notifications out there, and I think they're much faster than YouTube. I also have a Patreon link down there. It's one for $1. I've still got to set up more of it, but if you want to help out the channel more directly, that would be appreciated. And but anything you do is helpful. We need to reach that subscriber count. I need to get up to 1,000 subscribers before I can get any kind of monetization, really, unless it's more directly from users or from viewers. So yeah, that's it for this set. I got one more Monkey Kid set to do, and it's the big monkey, the big one. Those are ones that I have right now. I would like to get some new ones. Of the new ones that came out, I want to get the elephant. I do kind of want to get the mech, but I have the newer mech, but I have a feeling I probably won't because it's on the pricier side. Not that it's necessarily bad price, just it's a large set. I want to get the two $20 sets that combined the mech and the jet, especially the jet, because I like her aesthetic and sets. I'm just a big fan of May, I guess. Not that I've watched the show, I'm just a big fan of her sets. But yeah, that's it for me here at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.